Hey everyone, I'm here with my DIGC310 reflection on our group project. This is my last assignment ever, so I'm pretty excited. And yeah, I'm just going to pretty much go through what we did through the session for our final project, which was, as you know, UAW duck hunt. If you've been following my blogs, if you haven't, you should go look at all my video blogs because they're great. So we worked on this AR game, augmented reality game, where you go around and you find QR codes. The QR codes would lead you to, would talk to you about the building you're in, and then give you a clue to the next building to go to. And you basically go around, do that. It's for all the new students, just to have a tour around the uni. So I worked with Sean and Daniel Natoli and Matthew Armstrong and Andrew Clark. And we worked together since I think like the second or third week when we came up with the idea. So I'm just going to go through everything we did. I wasn't sure whether to go week by week or through the dossier, so I'm going to do both. So this might be a bit long, but yeah. Alright, so I'm going to start with looking at what I did on a week by week basis. So weeks 1, 2, and 3 were very relaxed. We just gotten the ideas. Basically, we'd started the course, so it was like, we don't know what we're going to do. We had so much in front of us, and we had so many ideas running through our head. Sean came up with the idea of looking at the university, while I really wanted to use all the technology we had, because Chris had offered us like Oculus Rift, drones, 3D printing, everything. So I really wanted to have a go at that while I had the chance. So we sort of combined the two and sort of thought how we could combine the two. So looking at the university and also using technology. So we decided to look into QR codes because they're pretty cool, pretty easy to use, and we were looking at a game sort of like a point system. So I wanted to do this thing where basically there'd be QR codes everywhere and you'd have teams and you try and get the most points by the end of the week. But then we realized you're just going to go back to the same QR codes, get the same points. Unless we're going to be here all the time, it wasn't going to be that great. So we then looked at other sort of things we could do with QR codes, linking to videos and stuff, and we came up with the idea of a tour. We're going to do a sort of game where you go and you get a clue and you'd run to the next clue. There was like 50 clues I think we had conceptualized, but we're like, that's a lot of work. And we realized we didn't have the time for it or the space for it. And the clues would be really like, colloquial. So if you had been in the uni for a while, you'd get them. But if you hadn't, you were a bit stuffed. So we sort of scrapped that idea and we moved to something easier, which was just a tour of the uni. We're like, well, old students don't want to do a tour of the uni. So we turned to new students and we got the idea of doing what we did. So that's pretty much what our weeks 1, 2, and 3 were like. Week 4, we were doing location scouting. So basically we had to figure out where we had to send students, because you can't just send them all on the same path because they're going to go to different student centrals, different buildings all over the degree. So I was tasked with trying to figure out where the centrals are. We all sort of sat down together and couldn't figure it out. So I looked on the website over and over and over and over and over again and couldn't find anything, and then realized a week later that it was right there. So that was really annoying, but we figured it all out. And we mapped where we're going to go. I think that was Sean's job. Then week 5, we were still doing some mapping and stuff, and we started our game design document. So that's just pretty much where we just put all our notes. I haven't actually touched that as much because I've just talked about it when we've been together, but there's some notes there about what we have to do each week to get ready. The break was for presentations. We tried to set up presentations. I tried to help as much as I could, but I had so much on. I was away and with Laura and stuff, so I was just all over the place. And then week 6 we had a presentation. Unfortunately I had commitments on the day, so I couldn't help as much, but I tried to present as much as I could, because I couldn't help as much with the presentations as I would have liked. So I just tried to present and put that forward because I know I'm a charismatic enough guy that can do the job. So I tried to, because I knew what we were talking about, so it was easy to sort of talk about. Week 7 we started the Gantt chart, which I'm reading off right now. Sorry you can't see it. And we started filming video content. Yeah, we did our first video that week. So that was originally me, Andrew, and Sean, and we went off to try and find locations. We found a location, and we sort of just tried to figure out a quick script for that, because we hadn't started anything yet. We hadn't started looking at scripts and stuff yet. So we did a quick video there after a bit of discussion. It took us an hour because Sean didn't turn his mic on, which was funny, but that was good. We turned out a pretty good video. And I actually started on the web design. So I started looking at Wix because WordPress just wasn't what I wanted. It wouldn't be able to do exactly what I wanted, and I started building that. I just built a super basic site, put up some random stuff, and pretty much worked on that slowly over the next couple of weeks because there wasn't a lot to do on the site, just make it look good. Then the week after that, what did we do? We did script writing. So that was mainly me and Sean and myself, sorry. And we sat down one night on Skype and just pretty much tried to figure out a clue for each building. We decided then that we were only going to do law, humanity, and arts because that was pretty much all we had time for because it was week 8. So we just looked at those, looked at clues for those, looked at sort of facts we had to go over, and then when we got into class we went and did some of them. So we went and did a couple of buildings because Sean was going to be out for the next couple of weeks, so we went and did some during the filming process. Sean was doing all his, so we could get that done. And we just sort of troped around trying to figure out everything, make sure we got the clues all right, be in the background to be funny. What else do we have to do? Still web design, so still adding more pages. I think that's week that I started really refining it. So I started adding more this clue's too hard and last clue. Started really refining it to what it came to today. Then the next few weeks were the same thing, pretty much just filming video content and stuff, and working on the website. So I was working on the website a lot. I think near the end, Andy, because he was uploading the videos, worked on the website. So basically just changed what the videos I had placed there to the videos that we had. And I starred in a few of the videos, as you'll see if you play the game, which I'll leave the QR codes at the end, I think. I'll figure it out. And I'll leave a link to the game document. So yeah, we filmed some more. I was starring, so that was my big role. Sean was out for a little bit because of his surgery for his wisdom teeth, and that was pretty much the next few weeks, just filming and web design and figuring that all out. Week 11, we had most of the videos done, and we were testing our website, testing the QR codes as well. So the 2 weeks before that, we were generating QR codes. That was more up to Matt and I think Natoli. And so we looked at how it worked with the website, how the website worked, sort of figured that all out. Last week was really when we finally had a go at it. So we got all the QR codes. I had to make the sheet for that, which I gave out and will be in the document. The sheet won't be in the document, but I just made a sheet of QR codes so we could have a quick go. So we ran out in uni. I'd scan the QR codes on the URW Wi-Fi to see how that worked, and Andy would scan with his 3G to see how that worked. And so that took us about an hour, and that was a bit of fun. We got to check it all out. Website worked great. Clues worked great. Next clue, all the buttons worked great. Everything was working great. So then week 13 was our final preparation. And we just worked hard on fixing up our game document. So I think it was week 12 actually that we decided we'd stay in and do our game document. And then we submitted it the week after because everyone else had to add some more stuff. And that's pretty much what we did each week. And then I'll go over the game document and what I did in that. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the game document that we submitted, which if you're watching this, hopefully you're keen on my project and you'll probably see it from Chris. So we each sort of delegated ourselves a part of the game document. We had I'm looking at it now, sorry, I keep looking off to the side. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 areas that we had to talk about, and there was 5 of us. So some people got 2 of the easier areas, and 2 people got 2 of the easier areas, and the rest got the harder areas. So what I did was I looked at the original primary investigation, so talking about all the first ideas we had, and I also looked at media activity. So the media activity we didn't really have a lot of because we didn't want to give away so much on social media about what our game was, and we hadn't really integrated because we didn't need to. I talked pretty much about future plans we had if we were to continue the game, but considering some of us are leaving and some of us are done with uni, it's probably not going to happen. So I looked at certain areas that we could look at. Definitely the one that Chris recommended, which was putting our QR code in the UOW student diary. So then students would have like the diary right there, the QR code right there, be able to go and play as soon as they get into uni. And what else? Yeah, in the original Prime Investigation, I just looked back over ideas and how we refined it really, and then sort of helped as well with the appendix, which was looking at all our how we communicated, so some of our Facebook stuff, the path we took screenshots of that, of the path we made, and also put in a post art for each of the videos we did. So if anyone does want to go and play the game, they have the first few there and they can go and have fun with it. Yeah, so I'll link that down below so you can go check that out if you want to. And yeah. So in the end, we came up with UOW Duck Hunt, and I think it worked great. I think everyone in the group worked great, and it was a fun project, and I had a great time, and I wish I could do the subject again. So yeah, this is the end of DIGC310. This is the end of my reflection, I guess, and I just want to say thanks to Chris for creating such a great subject, and I had so much fun. It was so great, like working on my own project and seeing everyone else's come to fruition. It was just so much fun, and it was such a relaxed atmosphere, and I recommend it highly to anyone who wants to do it, because Chris is a great teacher. He taught me so much, and I got to look at so much that I really loved, and it was such a fun time. Yeah, and if you want to check out all my other blogs, they'll be over this way somewhere. I'll put them up there. I'll put some of them up there, and yeah, have fun all. And if you ever want to check out anything else about Duck Hunt, just, I don't know, this will probably be up on WordPress, so WordPress message me, or YouTube message me or something, comment. Yeah, do that, that'll be fun. See you later.